Good day everyone. I am Adrian Sikalimlim together with Marinel Liban to report about the Indonesian National Police. First and foremost, the Indonesian National Police or Kepolisian Negara Republik Indonesia is the official police force for Indonesia. It is the world's fourth most populous country as well as the most populous Muslim majority country. Java, the world's most populous island, is home to more than half of the country's population. The sovereign state is a presidential, institutional republic with an elected legislature. Now let's see the overview of their police system. Their police agency is the Indonesian National Police or INP. In their department, there is Ministry of Internal Affairs. The Ministry of Internal Affairs, also known as Ministry of Home Affairs, is a government of Indonesia responsible for matters of the state. So it is an government department that is responsible for domestic policy, public security, and law enforcement. The Indonesian National Police or INP has a hierarchical rank structure similar to many other police forces around the world. I will present to you the order of ranks from highest to lowest. We have the high officials, which is the Police General, Police Commissioner General, Police Inspector General, and the Police Brigadier General. In the middle rank officers, we have Police Senior Superintendent, Police Superintendent, Police Assistant Superintendent, Inspectors, Police Senior Inspector, Police First Inspector, Police Second Inspector. Private, Police Senior Assistant Brigadier, Police Assistant First Brigadier, Police Assistant Second Brigadier, Police Senior Private, Police First Private, and the Police Second Private. Non-commissioned officers, Police Assistant First Inspector, Police Assistant Second Inspector, Police Senior Brigadier, Police Brigadier, Police First Brigadier, and the Police Second Brigadier. Move forward to the type of the law enforcement. So their type of law enforcement here is centralized and their estimated strength is approximately 500,000. So in their history, we have the Dutch colonization or field police. Dutch military colonial police when large part of Indonesia were under Dutch colonial occupation until the 1940s. Police duties were performed by cater military establishments or colonial police known as the Veldpolitik or the Fields Police. And in Japanese occupation, during the World War II, brought changes when the Japanese framed various armed organizations to support their war. During the Revolution of Independence, the police gradually formed into what is known as the Kepolisian Negara Republik Indonesia or the Indonesian National Police. In 2000, the police force officially regained its independence and now is separated from the military. Next, I will present to you the visual representation of organizational structure of INP. So as we can see here, their type of law enforcement is centralized. And we have here the key points. Capolri, first highest in command. Wo-Capolri, second highest in command. Itwasum, third highest in command. Then let's go to the recruitment of the INP or Indonesian National Police. Police recruits were volunteers. Applicants were required to have at least a 6th grade education and to pass a competitive examination. Other qualifications included physical fitness and good moral character. After 3 years, service as ordinary police. Personnel with junior secondary school diplomas could enter training to become NCOs. Those with 3 years experience as NCOs were eligible for further training to enable them to become candidate officers and eventually enter the officer corps. Most higher-ranking officers entered the force as graduates of the Police Division of Acabri. And here is Miss Marinel Liban to continue the report in firearms, weapons, equipments of the Indonesian National Police.
Now, let's move on to the firearms, weapons, and equipment used by Indonesian National Police. First, we have the Pintad P1 and P2, the Pintad Magazine 4, the Pintad G2, the HS200, the Browning High Power, Glock, and Sig Sauer P320. Move forward to the vehicles. First, the Mitsubishi Lancer, the patrol car used by Sabhara Patrol Unit Officer, and the Mazdao patrol car used by the Traffic Unit, the customized Ford Ranger used by the Mobile Brigade Corps, the Pintad Komodo, Indonesian Mobile Brigade Special Police Tactical Vehicle. Next is the Police Mobile Brigade Riot Vehicle, the Barracuda APC Mobile Brigade Riot Control Vehicle, the Yamaha XJ900P, the Indonesian Traffic Police Motorcycle, and lastly, the Indonesian Canine Police Unit Vehicle. Next one, the uniform. The National Police Force of Indonesia had changes for uniform colors about 3 times. Periods are, since first formed until mid-70s, the uniform color was khaki, like the current Indian police uniform. Since the late 70s until mid-90s, the uniform color was light brown and brown. Since mid-90s until now, the color are brownish gray and dark brown. The 4 types of uniform: the ceremonial uniform, the parade uniform, the service uniform, and the field uniform. And now, the rank insignia of Indonesian National Police. We have the high-ranking officer, the middle officer, the first officer, the non-commissioned officer, and lastly, the enlisted head. The Perwira or the Perwira Tinggi is the high-ranking. The Perwira Menangali is the middle officer. The Perwira Pertama is the first officer. The Bintara is the non-commissioned officer. And the Tamtama is the enlisted head. The Perwira Tinggi. General. General is the general. Lieutenant General is the Lieutenant General. Major General is the Major General. The Brigadier General is the Brigadier General. Perwari Menangali is the middle officer. Colonel is the Colonel. The Lieutenant Colonel is the Lieutenant Colonel, and the Mayor is the Major. The next is the Perwira Pertama or the first officer. Captain is the Captain. The Lieutenant Satu is the first lieutenant. The Lieutenant Dua is the second lieutenant. Next is the Bintara or the non-commissioned officer. The Pembamu Lieutenant Satu is the assistant first lieutenant. The Pembantu Lieutenant Dua is the assistant second lieutenant. The Sergeant Mayor is the sergeant major. The Sergeant Kepala is the master sergeant. The Sergeant Satu is the first sergeant, and the Sorum Dua is the second sergeant. The next is the Tamtama or the enlisted head. The Corporal Kepala is the corporal, and the Corporal Satu, the first corporal, and the Corporal Dua, the second corporal, and the Prajurit Kepala is the chief soldier. The Prajurit Satu is the first soldier. The Prajurit Dua is the second soldier. The best practices: emphasis on procedural justice, The Polri is increasingly focusing on procedural justice principles such as fairness, transparency, and respect to build trust and legitimacy. The Adopting the Good Policing Guidebook. This guidebook is the valuable resources for Polri as it provides a comprehensive overview of the best practices in policing, including specific examples and case studies. Next is the community-oriented policing. The Polri has been implementing community-oriented policing strategies which emphasize building relationships with local communities and addressing their concerns, the self-motivated safety system. This program encourages neighborhoods to patrol their areas and promotes police-community cooperation. The other details: Marcos Pisar, MAB's name of the headquarter, location Kebayoran Baru, South Jakarta, Pasukan Anti-Haru-Hara Anti-Riot Unit of Pol. The next is the Bermud Mobile Brigade, VIP security, the most militarized, trained to deal with mass demonstrations, paramilitary role to conduct security stabilizations, operations, and providing security for VIP and anti-facilities. Then lastly, the Detachment 88 Counter-Terror, trained in counter-terrorism. The next is the organizations. The Indonesian National Police or the Polri. The next is the Provincial Police or the Polda. Polwil. The Regional Police covers the entire region, and the Polres, the City Regency Police. It covers the city or regency Kabupaten, and it is usually headed by a police officer holding the rank of Police Chief Commissioner or the three jasmine flower insignia. The next is the Polsec, the Sub-District Police or the Kekamatan, and usually headed by police officer holding the rank Police Commissioner or the one jasmine insignia. Polsec, which are headed by police inspector. The next and lastly, the police post, the Polpos. It covers their own designated. That's all. Thank you for listening.